Hey man, what's going on? I am based in Vancouver. I invest primarily in Canadian and U.S. stocks. I invested in a Taiwanese stock TSMC, but that's listed in the New York Stock Exchange. So technically, it's you. I know. Second night. You know what? I'm actually editing a video right now, my Rogers Mastercard video. So you know, I thought might as well talk to you guys. Hello, guys. Good evening. Yeah, it's true, man. That's true. Not pretty, but it's true. I'm actually editing a video right now. I'll show you guys. So yeah, just doing an edit right now. It's pretty busy today, so you'll see that my edits are pretty simple. It's just me zooming myself when I'm introducing myself and then adding a little bit of movement. That's basically it. Nine 11 of Canadian credit cards. I mean, I wouldn't exactly say that. That's people were hurt and people died during 9/11. I wouldn't say this. I mean, it sucks, but it's not like that. How's the other one doing? He's doing good. Sleeping right now. I have a baby monitor right beside me just to make sure he's not crying and all of that. I do have the Waltz Simple credit card. It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. Not gonna lie. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just basically zooming myself and unzooming myself to have a little bit more depth, and then afterwards I'll just add the credit cards in here and some funny videos about myself in there. Like what? Yeah, man. Like my toddler is like almost 2. Like he'll be 2 in October. Now is the time when he's really sticky towards his mother. Like I mean, he loves me too. He loves me too. He laughs when he's around me, but mothers are different. Yeah, so I go through editing video in stages, right? So I use DaVinci Resolve, um, and what I do is in the beginning, just zoom out and zoom in to have more effect on the video. So when I'm saying something positive, I want to zoom in to create that dramatic effect. When I'm saying something negative, like oh Roger's going through a nerf and all that crap, I zoom myself out so that you feel like you as a viewer subconsciously you'll feel like, oh, it's bad news, right? So it's kind of what I want to do. Unfortunately, for a lot of these videos, if it's a nerf, almost everything I say are it's bad. Of course, you start to find ways to zoom yourself in if it's a more dramatic effect. You want people to be more concentrated. YouTube, it's brutal, man, because for YouTube to push a video out, you have to have good viewership, not only viewership, but like the length of time people view your videos. And if you don't add those dramatic effects, people lose interest within like the first 25 seconds. Your video's not going to be pushed out. What's a good net worth? I would say six figures would be pretty nice by the time you're 30s. Money actually rolls and grows itself. You want to get to a point where um, the amount of money you invested in, you never want to touch that, because so even if you're living paycheck to paycheck in the future, right? The money you have invested will grow your net worth. So right now, admittedly, I'm saving a lot less than I did before because I have a toddler. Expenses went up, so I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. But at the same time, this year, my net worth grew by about $50,000 to $70,000. Wait, it's actually more than that. Sorry, way more than that. It's actually over six figures because I invested in tech. So my net worth grew by six figures, but at the same time, my salary is basically supplying my basic needs. Have you ever used any security fast track at airport? No, I haven't. I haven't. So I have the infinite privilege, which I'm supposed to be able to fast track through airports, but I've never used it before. So I have, well, I had credit cards and still have credit cards that allows me to have benefits at the airports, like better parking spots and all that. Never really used them. Happy to just go through airports like like everybody else. How would I invest $100,000? Now, I'm a little bit different because the common wisdom will say to invest in the S&P 500 or the Canadian stock market, just a general index fund, which is usually the correct call. But for me, I'm actually a little bit more risky right now because I want to retire earlier. I don't want to work till I'm 65, so I invested. So about 60% of my portfolio is in tech. So, uh, my my investment strategy is if I'm gonna be laid off or fired because of AI, might as well invest in AI to hedge myself against the day that my job is gonna be replaced by AI. So if they somehow lay me off, right, I still have that stock. So AMD, Nvidia, TSMC, and I don't have Micron, I don't have SK, Hynix or Samsung, but any company that has to do with AI, I invested in those right now because just in case I get booted out of my job, right? So, um, with $100,000, I would invest at least 50% of my portfolio into AI, just to hedge myself against that. And they do grow faster. They're a lot more risky, but I'm willing to take the risk because I'm 36 right now. Um, Still have time to take the risk. No, I'm not able to save for not even close, bro. Not even close. Um, like 2022, 2023, I was saving about 60 or 70% of my income. Now, like less than 10%. There's times where I have to eat into my savings, but as I said before, like because my portfolio is pretty healthy right now, um, even when my job is offering me, like giving me, paycheck to paycheck salary, my portfolio is growing at a pace where, living paycheck to paycheck right now, it doesn't really affect me. But no, 40% is a dream in Vancouver, especially with a toddler. It's a dream, bro. Yeah, I at that time my salary was still pretty high. I had a pretty good job. um, so yeah, I didn't, it was basically my house, my mortgage. The appliances I already bought that in 2021, 2022. So 2023 was basically, we had a vacation here and there. I went to Toronto for a concert. That's basically it. Well, what's the best strategy to get rid of a credit card from one bank and go to another bank? Simple. You just cancel it. You just call in and cancel it and go to another bank. But if it's a free card, there's no point of canceling it because old accounts boost your credit score. So I usually never cancel a free card unless I've canceled free cards before, and the reason is because I just don't like to keep stuff around my drawer, right? That's the only reason. But thinking back, I should be canceling those free cards. What do I do professionally? I do logistics. I do transportation. I got into finance. It's just my hobby. I've been reading on financial news for a long time. That's all. And when I was in my 20s, I was terrible with money. A lot of it is because coming from, like, my parents pay for my tuition, right? So I know I'm a little bit more lucky, but because I'm not really earning the money, and I never had the idea of how tough it was to make money. I wasn't really good with money. It wasn't until a couple years into my career I'm like, damn, I need to lock in, because I'm looking at the numbers, putting it into Excel spreadsheet. I'm like, I need to lock in if I want to retire by my age is 55. So bro, what? You can overpay the Rogers bill to use the what? Are you serious? Wait, how does that work? No, I did not know that. Wait, tell me how that works. Because I'm editing my video right now for Rogers. I did not even know that works. How do you overpay? So if my bill for Rogers was $1,500 that month, you're telling me I can pay $2,000 and then? No, I did not know that. That would be sick. Um, no, Terry, I don't know anything about the ETF at Modern Advisor. Yes, you pay as much as you want. Yeah. No, but you have to pay. I thought you had to redeem for Rogers services, right? So how does that work? So, cause I have like $400 to use. and they only allow you to redeem for all your services. So how do you? How does that work? Shit, let me take a look. Let me take a look, cause I'm curious. Let me log into Rogers right now. What the heck? On the credit card it says Rogers bill. Oh, I get what you mean. I get, bro. That is smart. Oh, I get what you mean. Oh fuck. So you go, for example, if I have Fido, right? My wife uses Fido, or for Shaw, I tell them to. Oh my gosh, that's so clever. That is that's freaking clever. I did not think about that. Wow. Okay, I get you. That okay. That's actually freaking clever. Not gonna lie. Okay. Damn, that is clever. Yeah, Terry, did you know that? I didn't know that. Well, I knew that I could pay more for your bill, but I didn't realize that that was a good. That's a clever strategy. Shit, I didn't mention that in this video. I'm editing it right now. I didn't notice that. You know what? I'll add you in. I'll add you in to my video, because this is freaking clever. Yeah, that is clever. Not gonna lie. Damn, dude. Let me give you a, can give you a heart here. Jesus. All right, let's continue. Dude, I know this. I don't. I'm telling you, man. Like I'm just a guy creating videos. Like people know hacks more than I do. Like I'm learning hacks from a lot of the people that DM me on Instagram, and I'm just putting it into video. And I tell them, I'm like, thank you for telling me this. I'll put it into a video. So thanks, Keith. I'll let people know, and I'll put your name in the video. Because I'm editing this right now, and I didn't mention that at all. I didn't think about that. And then yeah, I'll put you in the video at the end. You're a freaking genius. You're yeah, yeah. I don't know how you found that out, but that's yeah, that's pretty cool. Shit. The fuck? Nah, man, we'd never beat them. Big corporates, they already know what they're doing. You know, they're sucking you into their program, and then screwing you over a couple months later, or in Roger's case, I think it's like a year and a half later, right? Dude, Fido and Rogers always does that. Through my experience, they, like, if you have a contract with them, right, and the contract ends, they'll increase your bill by $5 to $10. Hopefully, you don't notice until you threaten to quit on them, and then they'll go back to the original price. But they'll increase your mobile phone bill, uh, silently without you ever noticing. Yeah, it was pretty obvious it was gonna last. Your internet went up by seven. You know, you can always negotiate, right? So my bill have hasn't gone up by for the past 5 years or so. Because every time they threaten to do it, I just threaten to quit on them. They are very crafty. So right now, I can tell you guys, my internet bill is $50 a month. It's Shaw, and it's fiber. It's one gigabyte, and it's unlimited. So after tax it's like 50, 56, $57. My phone, I'm actually not paying anything for my phone. I'm using public mobile, and I refer enough people that it's free. So I have like a $50 plan, and it's free. My wife uses Fido, and she's paying $29 a month. No, sorry, it's 34 now because they increased it by $5, and they increased it by $5 like 2 months ago, and I just didn't feel like I needed to argue. I mean, it's only $5, $34. For me, it's not worth it to argue. Oh, thanks, Keith. Ah, yeah. Yeah, it sucks. The thing is that in Canada, I've never noticed this in, at least in Taiwan. I don't think this is the case. Where I immigrated from, but in Canada, you only have three providers, and it's not like every building has three choices. For some reason, that's weird. Some buildings only has like Rogers, some buildings only has like Telus and Bell. Some buildings, has Rogers and Bell, and you can't use Telus. So for my building, we can use Shaw, Rogers, and Telus, but we don't have Bell. So if Bell has a good offer, I can't take it, which is weird. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the case. All right. How many hours? So this video is going to be 8 minutes long. It took me about 2 hours to film, and um, and I said it yesterday in my previous stream, because I talk with a lisp, and I kind of stutter when I'm nervous. I'm still pretty camera shy, even though I have like 200 videos already. I'm pretty camera shy, so I talk with a lisp, so I have to edit it and re-record a sentence to make it seem like I don't have a lisp, even though it's pretty clear um, when you see me on stream. So it took me about 2 hours to film an 8 minute video, and I'll show you guys. I actually have a script written up because I'm not do like once you start making videos, like you'll realize that, at least for me, like talking to a camera is not easy. Like you always make mistakes. So I have a script written up about my video, every one of my videos. Yeah, and I literally read it line by line. So, well, not really, because it took me like 15 minutes to write this, right? So, it literally I literally have to look at this and then read it to you guys, or else like I will fuck up. And the editing actually is faster. It takes me about 2 to 2.5 hours to edit. So I already did a little bit. I put all my videos in here already. I cut out the unnecessary parts. This is all I need. And then I'm just right now what I'm doing is I'm just zooming out and zooming in. And then maybe tomorrow morning when I have some time, I will add stuff in here to make it all pretty, and then I will upload it tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not. Look, I'm not. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm a small content creator. And I'm not. My mouth isn't that smart. So I can never do stand up. Like people with stand up, like they can just wing it on stage. I can never do that. Like I need to read off something. It's that bad. Like I know my limitations. I know my limitations. I can't. Like if you meet me in person, like because right now, I feel like I'm in my room, feel a lot more comfortable. I can talk without really stuttering. But if you see me in person, like I get fucking awkward. Especially if I don't know you that well. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm using the free version. Like for 200 videos, I don't know how many I posted already. Probably way over 200. I'm still using the free version of DaVinci Resolve. I have, yes. I studied there. I studied at University of Toronto. Um, Went there for applied physics. Didn't like it, and I've been back a couple times ever since for work, with my wife to a concert. So yeah, I've been there a couple times. it changed a lot, man. Like when I was in Toronto, I remember because I go to Chinatown a lot because University of Toronto right next to Chinatown, and at least in my experience back during 2008 to 2012, that's when I went there. It wasn't that packed, but like 2 or 3 years ago when I went to Chinatown, it was freaking packed, and Koreatown as well. It wasn't that packed. I feel like you could walk back then, like 18 years ago. You could walk across Koreatown and feel like it's an underdeveloped area. Whereas 2 or 3 years ago when I went, it was freaking packed. And a lot of the places in Chinatown that I used to like, there was a bubble tea place next to. They just opened when I graduated from Toronto. It was next to Burger King and 7-Eleven, next to um, Spadina and whatever. But that closed. I remember I had Faux Hung a lot in Chinatown, and it used to be really good like 18 years ago. Now, like 2 years ago when I went, it tasted like shit. Um, the pork bone soups in Koreatown, they used to be really good. A lot of the restaurants now they don't taste that good. So I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah. Funny enough, I actually went to a speech therapist for some. Here's my problem. I think a lot faster than I talk, which screws me up because I will stutter my thoughts. That happens to me a lot. So I will stutter, but that's not because I can't talk. That's because I think a lot faster than I talk. Because I studied science, and I was a science major. Even in high school, I was excelling in science and math and all that. So I think a lot faster than I talk. So I'm trying to slow down now, and I think it's working because I'm doing YouTube and I have to slow down to talk. But you can see my earlier works. My earlier works from like 3 years ago. Like I'm like I can't believe that's me because I was moving around a lot. I mean, I'm still moving around a lot here. Like, look at me. Like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm moving a lot, right? But in the past, people would say that my head would bobble a lot. I mean, I read the comments, um, so I stopped doing that. You live in the U.S. and you watch my videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ah, nice. I'm actually going to Calgary next month. My family's coming over from Asia, and my brother wants to go to Banff, and I'll be going to Calgary. I've never been to Calgary before. I have a lot of people that I know that came from Calgary to Vancouver because they say it's boring in Calgary, which, bro, like it's got like 1.5 million people in Greater Calgary area. How bad can it be? So I don't believe it, but I mean, I'll see. Shit, yeah, you did. You did. Yeah, I go there a lot. God, you know what? Like, this is the thing about having a YouTube channel. Like, people recognize me a lot on the streets of Vancouver. Like, I've had people come up to me and be like, "Yo, like, are you that guy?" And then I had this one person, because I sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I went downstairs and, sold him a computer. He was like, "Dude, are you that YouTuber? Like, you look a lot better on YouTube." Well, no shit. The lighting's here, but you'll see my fat legs. No, it's okay. You can come up. You can come up and come up and say hi. I don't mind. California, nice. Been to California a couple times. San Francisco, LA. Dude, man, California's expensive right now. I was lucky. I went to LA, Disneyland, and Universal Studios in 2023. I'm super lucky to go at the time, because now the prices for Disney and like Universal Studios is at least like two times more. So for a week's vacation, so I think it was 8 days. Me and my wife in LA, and we went to Palm Springs. We spent 8,000 Canadian, 8,000 freaking Canadian dollars for 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks, like 8 days in LA. And you in what? Dude, it's expensive right now, man. Okay, so we spent $8,000 in LA. Um, it was eye opening. First of all, we saw a robbery going on. Right? It was crazy. We went to, so we couldn't afford. Well, obviously we can, but we couldn't afford to eat inside Disneyland. So we went outside. We found a Panda Express. So we rented a car. We drove to Panda Express in Anaheim. We walked in, and right at that time there was a robbery going on, and we were in Canada. Like, my wife and I, we live in Vancouver. Not gonna say it's the safest city, but it's fucking safe compared to LA. Walked in, there was a robbery going on. We were stunned. We're like, should we run? Should we just stay here? Like, if we run, are they gonna chase us down and shoot our backs? Like, what the? So we stayed there. All hell broke loose, and it calmed down, and we finished our meal. We went back, and then we went to Disneyland. It was all cool, but that was fucking shocking. Um, and then I'll tell you what I spent it on. But okay, so the two tickets for from Vancouver to LA, we booked on Aeroplan, because at the time I had the Cobalt card, so I had like 200,000 points. So I booked economy flights, and when we came back, Air Canada overbooked. They overbooked because they had to get one of their staff back to Vancouver. So we had an 11-hour delay on our flight. So we called in and emailed in, and Air Canada transferred us $2,000 in total, so $1,000 each. Mind you, I booked Air Canada flight from Aeroplan, so I didn't spend any money on it. It was all points, and because they were late by 11 hours, we got $2,000 rebate. So, after $2,000, we spent $6,000, because we spent $8,000 in total with the living the hotels and all that, the food, the toys that we bought from. I bought that stuff from Universal Studios, the Mario Star. Um, minus 2,000 bucks. It's so we spent 6,000 bucks, but if we weren't that lucky with Air Canada, we would have spent 8,000 bucks. So bro, do they take? I don't know, man. I mean, I went there with $100 bills. Well, simple cash deposit. Look, I went there with $100 bills, but you can try it. Dude, I haven't touched a coin, like a Canadian coin, in like years. The only reason why I touched it is because I have to, when you go to Walmart, you go to, shopping centers, the cards, you have to push a toonie in there or a loony, depending on how the card is set up. That's why I have coins. I never touch coins otherwise. Um, yeah, so dude, we bought a bunch of stuff in LA. And that's one of them. You see the star right there. We bought some Disney shirts. Um, I think we bought a bunch of Yoshis, and we have the Disney sorry, the Universal Studio. They have, when you go to Mario Land, you have a little wrist thing, right, to capture points or some shit like that. We bought that too. Apparently you can use that in Japan too. If you go to Japan, Universal Studios Mario Land, you can use it there too. So bought that. Costco Canada takes Mastercard. Costco US takes Visa. So it's different. So if you want to shop at Costco in Canada, there's only so many good cards you can choose from. Yeah, Terry. Yeah, it was Terry. Terry. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, cause I've lived in Canada half my life, right? The other half is in Asia. I've never seen a robbery anywhere, like in Asia, in Canada, never. And I've been to the sketchiest places in Toronto. Been to the sketchiest places in Vancouver. Like Chinatown, Vancouver is pretty damn sketchy. In Toronto, like you know the sketchy areas, it's pretty damn sketchy, right? I've been to those areas. As a guy, like I'm not as concerned of my safety. Like if I was a girl, then yeah, I'll be concerned. But I've been to sketchy areas in Canada. Never have I seen any robbery. In the U.S., the first time I went there, like fuck, like it's not the first time, but like you go to Anaheim, it's like freaking GTA 5, Grand Theft Auto over there. That is true. It's actually cheaper to go to Disney in Tokyo than American Disney's now. That is true. No, I think it's just because it's LA and Anaheim. I think that's the reason. Actually, that's not true. We went to downtown LA and I did not feel safe. And this is so crazy. This is actually true. So we were we were in downtown. We went to a couple museums. Again, downtown LA is great. If you There's a lot of museums there. My wife loves museums. It's great. We saw cars like SUVs with the hatch open, like the back of the hatch open, and I was like, that's such a foreign thing to me because like in Canada you would never see cars with hatches open, but like it makes sense because if you show that there's nothing in your car, you're not gonna get your car smashed. That's how bad it is in downtown LA. We saw hatches open. It was even like a good car. It was like a CRV, Honda CRV. I have a bunch of cards in my wallet that doesn't have foreign exchange. What? That don't have foreign exchange fee? Oh, sorry. There's only one right now. It's this one. The Walt Simple Visa Infinite. You again, man. I appreciate you guys for joining me. I'm just editing my video, and you know, a lot of people DM me on Instagram on questions. I might as well just stream and answer them all and talk to you guys. Any advice on how I met my wife? Bro, I met her in Taiwan, and yeah. So it's not. I knew English. I guess I was a sexier person back in Taiwan because I was a lot thinner. I'll show you a picture. Oh shit! Let me show you a picture of me back when I was in my prime days. So I met my wife, and then I used to. Okay, so let me show you my pictures first. Shit, give me a second. Let me see if I can see myself, like edit my friends out of the photo. Oh shit! Whoops! Didn't mean to show you guys that. Okay. So this was me. So this was me back in college in University of Toronto, right? So I was 104, 105 kg, maybe a little bit more. And ever since I met my wife in Taiwan, so after Toronto, I went back to Taiwan. Let me see if I can find photos. Let me see. This became me. Dude, I lost 35 kg. I got all the way down to 72. So, it's crazy, right? Now I'm not even close to that, but that was me at my thinnest. Tom Cruise. No, I live in Vancouver. Greater Vancouver area. Vancouver, well, the weather is definitely better than in Toronto or anywhere else in Canada. If you like nature, it's pretty cool. It's you're right next to the beaches. There's a lot of forest here. It's pretty cool. Well, but I'm an introvert, right? So probably not the best idea for me to live in Vancouver. But I settle here. This is the update video. Like I'm editing the video right now in front of you guys. Bro, it's still freaking hot in Vancouver right now. What the next card is that's gonna be nerfed? Fuck, I don't know. I have a feeling Triangle Mastercard's probably gonna be nerfed. Cause now people are using that card to pay for taxes and stuff. I hope they don't get. I hope they won't nerf that card, but they might. Hey man, what's going on? Yeah, man, I definitely think yeah, I'm gonna have to do a new tier of credit cards. It's pretty brutal right now, man. Yeah, they're probably gonna nerf even more. I think 1% cashback for 1% triangle or can Canadian Tire money for paying your taxes might be a little bit too high. They're probably gonna nerf it to like 0.5%. I do know some U.S. credit cards, some of the more famous ones, like the Chase Reserve and stuff like that. I know I compared those to Canadian ones. Oh shit! What the hell? What happened here? So yeah, I know the famous ones. I know some really good ones, as well. But I heard that the U.S. They're nerfing a lot of the credit cards as well. So it's just happening everywhere, and just because the economy sucks right now. Yeah, yeah, the MBNA is pretty damn sick. Yeah, man. Yo, guys, chat. Let me ask you this. Um, would it be would it be a good idea? Now, don't hate me for this. For Canadians to actually support the MAGA movement. Now, get this. If you have a weaker US, because the Trump is fucking up the US, right? If you have a weaker US, does that mean that the world is gonna be investing more into Canada? Because from what I read, in 2025, more foreign investments has gone to Canada than ever before since they started tracking this in during the Great Depression. So, with that, should Canadians actually support the MAGA movement because he's such a joke in the U.S.? I don't know, man. You tell me. Dude, because I'm reading all these news right now, and like I'm reading how he, yeah, exactly, right? It's good logic. I'm telling you. I know. Look, I know it's gonna impact Canada more, of course. But like, in terms, like, if we obviously, because we're so tied to U.S., right? But dude, I'm telling you, it's a joke down there. Look. They do. Obviously, Canada needs a strong U.S. to thrive, right? We depend on each other, but at the same time, you know, wouldn't that be a good argument? Trump fucking up the U.S. The world now sees Canada as a better alternative because the U.S. is so unpredictable. They start investing more jobs here, right? They start opening up factories here and shit like that. That means Canada becomes stronger, and by the time Trump, you know, gets booted out in 2028, Canada becomes a lot more powerful to negotiate with the U.S. Right? That's what I'm saying. Dude, a part of me kind of thinks that the MAGA movement is helping Canada right now. Like it sucks. All these tariffs suck. But at the same time, when you have all these countries looking at Canada as a much more reliable trading partner than the U.S., they start investing here, right? Because let's be serious here. Like the U.S. isn't gonna be fucked up forever. Like the MAGA movement is gonna leave in 2028. A new president is gonna come in, most likely the Liberals. Everything's gonna be better, right? The economy is gonna stabilize. Now Canada has a much stronger economy because during the MAGA movement they fucked up so much that the foreign investments come over here. Now we're in a stronger position to negotiate with the U.S. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, dude. Like it's. I kind of feel like like a lot of businesses are leaving Canada, not because like it's what's it's what it's because of what happened a couple years ago. It's just now we're seeing the lingering effects. That's what I'm seeing. So Canada is struggling right now because of bad policies in the past. A lot of the economic shitholes, it delays a little bit. So you have bad policies right now. You don't see it come into effect and destroy you until a couple years later. So now we're seeing the effects of what happened in the past. But going forward, you know, kind of feel like there's hope there. But again, I am Canadian, right? I hope Canada does well. So I am biased. No, I'm not saying Canada's economy is stronger. No, I'm not saying Canada's economy is stronger right now. No, definitely not. But I'm just saying it's a lingering effect of what happened over the past couple years. All right, ma'am. Have a good night, ma'am. Hey, man, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. You guys do. Canada and California, same population. That is correct. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into politics, but I feel like a lot of people like when the economy is shit right now, like they immediately blame the current administration, whereas a lot of the economic lingering effects happens. They hit you a couple years later. We love you, Tekka. What? Yeah, it did drop 30%. Now I'm not saying that. yeah, I'm not saying again. I'm not saying that the Canadian economy is strong right now, right? It's definitely a lot weaker than it was when I graduated from college in 2012. Um, but at the same time, like as I said, I feel like it's just the previous administration that wasn't doing the job that they need to do, and now we're seeing the effects right now. It's not like a couple months you can see fixes. It's just not possible. And then you have this chaotic neighbor in this down in the south. Now, obviously, I know that most Americans don't like him, but um, the truth is he is voted to power. Trump is voted to power, and because the Canadians rely on the U.S. so much, it's hurting us right now too. No, dude, I get you. Look, I'm not into politics, but the prime minister is different, right? So I'm not saying who I voted for, but yeah, I'm not saying he's done amazing or terrible. But from what I'm saying is that I know that during the last prime minister, he wasn't doing a good job managing the economy, and we're seeing the lingering effects. That is true. You know what? As you know, I always believe this. At the end of the day, like politics can only control, like okay, like all the shit show that's going on in politics. Like there's only so much you can control, right? What the best thing you can do is just to better yourself every day, find other sources of income. That's you know no, no, no. I'm not. Let's not talk about politics anymore. At the end of the day, we just want to better ourselves. Dude, I don't know about Vance, man. I'm not into. I don't know U.S. politics that much. All I see is a guy that kisses Trump's ass. That's what I'm seeing. But I don't know him personally. I don't know him at all. Hey Terry, so where are you planning to move to? You know, a lot of the advanced stuff you see on social media about Asia, that's a lot of it is true, but at the same time, the disparity is big. Like when you go to the countryside, it's pretty underdeveloped in Asia, depending on where you are. Like if you're in China, like the countryside, you will not recognize. At Malaysia, that's not bad. But again, like countryside, you're not gonna recognize. It's gonna be totally different from what you're dreaming about the country. Whereas in North America, like the countryside, like you can kind of feel like it's not that bad. It's like you don't see poverty, but in Asia, like countryside poverty is pretty bad. It's a big difference between city life and countryside life. Just my family's there, um, or well, my wife's family's there. My family's in Hong Kong right now. They're with my brother, but my wife's family's there. We visit them a lot. It is. The food's pretty nice. Taiwan's food's nice. My favorite time. There's never a good time. I guess winter. It's funny because in Canada, like the winters would be like freezing, right? You go to Taiwan, it's like 17, 18 degrees, and I'll be wearing shorts and stuff, and everybody else will be wearing like Canada Goose. Because for them, 17 and 18 degrees is freezing. For us, it's nothing. So um, when I go back here in winter, I feel like it's the best weather ever. Because first of all, there's no typhoons. Typhoons only happen during the summer. It's wet. Taiwan during winters is like Canada during autumn, like not even autumn, because kind of snows in autumn too, right? It feels like September in Toronto. Spring is pretty nice too, but in Taiwan, like it gets hot by March, man. Like March and April, it starts getting up to 30 degrees, and you you can't walk outside for more than 5 minutes before you start sweating everywhere. Your hair, your armpits, your balls. You start hoping to find a 7-Eleven just to go in and go to air conditioner, a place with air conditioner. What's the best credit card under 100 annual? Um, right now it's the Rogers Mastercard. It's a free card. If you're a Rogers customer, it's still the best card for the time being. Um, but going forward, I still have to make a list. No, I didn't actually. I heard there's changes, but I didn't look into it. I have a Rogers Mastercard. An RBC Mastercard myself. It's a joint credit card with my wife. Cause I want her to get some credit. And like get some good credit scores. So I opened an account with her. I use it once in a while, but I don't use it that much. It's this card over here. It's just a cashback credit card from RBC. I use it as Shell to get gas once every 3 months to keep my account open. All right, ma'am. Terry, have a good night, bear. Have a good night. Thanks for joining the stream. Hey Nick, what's going on? Thanks, Adam. Really, the Rogers word? Oh, sorry, I keep saying Rogers. Fuck, I see R. I call Rogers. I guess I do ride Rogers. Damn. The RBC World Elite is going to have 3% on a lot of categories. Damn. Alright, I'll check it out. Guess I'll check it out right now. Okay, so according to Google AI, Royal Bank of Canada (RBC) is rolling out major updates to its RBC Cashback Preferred World Elite and RBC Cashback Credit Card. October 1st, new cashback earning structures, removing spend caps, interest. Okay, shit, that, I don't know. On the surface, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so they're increasing the interest rate. That's, a lot of the credit cards nowadays are increasing interest rates because the problem is that Canadians are paying, they have a lot of credit card debt, and credit card companies want to make more money on the credit card debt, so they're increasing the interest rates. So that's not even surprising anymore. Okay, for the RBC World Elite, let's take a look at the other changes. The increasing the annual fee, whatever, it's $120. That's pretty normal for World Elite now, anyways. 3% on groceries, dining, and food delivery. Food delivery? Oh, okay. So Uber Eats and all that stuff. 3% on gas. 3% on streaming and digital gaming. Okay. 1% on everything else. Okay. It doesn't look that good to me. Dude, it's not that good. Am I crazy? Like, I feel like the MBNA Rewards World Elite MasterCard is like 10 times better, because that card offers 5 times. This is only 3 on almost the same categories. Am I crazy here? Like, what's out of province emergency medical coverage, and of course new mobile insurance. Cool. No changes in terms of, sorry, what am I doing? I should show you this. Sorry. Sorry guys, I should show you this. Yeah, so enjoy, like, dude, it is better than, no, actually, no, the TD Infinite is better now because Scotiabank nerfed their momentum card, so the TD Infinite is better because people will be getting that card to pay for rent. Like there's the problem is that there's actually a need for the TD cashback Visa Infinite. There's no need for this Rogers. Sorry, fuck. I keep saying Rogers, man. Like, I am riding Rogers, am I? Damn, bro. But there's no need for this RBC card because everything this card does, the MBNA does it better. There's really no need. See, 3% cashback on groceries and dining and food delivery. That's 5% for MBNA, right? 3% for gas. Cool, fine. This beats MBNA. This, cool. 3% for streaming services, but there's other cards that does it better. And quite honestly, like the amount of money you're spending on groceries and dining is gonna be way more than gas and EV charging, anyways. So what you want is you want higher cashback for this than this, right? Yeah. And then 1% for everything else. You're never gonna be using this card for 1% anyways, right? Even after a nerf at the Rogers Mastercard, you're gonna be using that because it's 2%, or you'll be using a card like this one, the Wealthsimple Visa Infinite, because this offers 2%. So you're never gonna be using this anyways. A card is only good if like it offers something no other card offers, and you need to get that card. So the TD Cashback Visa Infinite, that's good because it offers 3% cashback for recurring bills. Yes, it's only up to $15,000, right? We get that, but you need that card just because they nerfed the Momentum Visa Infinite, the Scotiabank card. So that offers something no other card has. But everything this card offers, some other card does it better. So there's no point of getting this card. Exactly, the Kobo card is a much better card than this card. The only reason that I don't suggest the Kobo card for everybody is because it's an MX. Not every place takes MX, but that card offers stuff this card doesn't have. So higher multipliers for important categories like groceries and dining, right? And I've had people on Instagram, DMing me like, hey, you know what, you're not giving gas enough credit. Like they spend a lot of money on gas. Like, okay, if you're an Uber driver, cool, but not everybody's an Uber driver. The most they can be spending on gas is at most $200 or $300, but for groceries, you're spending $500 or $600 if you're two people, maybe $1,000 if you're a family of four. So that's a lot more important. Let's see, yeah, mobile insurance, they have that, cool. That's expected now. They didn't have emergency medical coverage that in the past. That's pretty bad in the past then. No, dude, I'm comparing the TD card with this card. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Can you compare the TD? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. I can. I'm gonna be honest. Cashback is always better. Because here's the thing about cashback. You can immediately cash out your cash back and invest that money. Whereas for Amex, you're waiting until you go for vacation, right? Who knows how long it takes for you to go to your vacation? Like if you're lucky, maybe next month, then cool, use your points. But if you you know you have to accumulate 50,000, 60,000 Aeroplan points to go for vacation, then all that time you could just cash it out and invested that money. So I feel like cashback is a lot better than any point systems. For mobile app, um, the only bank I use right now is Wealth Simple, and for mobile, for on PC I use PC money for to pay bills because you get points if you pay bills using PC money, and I use RBC because I have their mortgage, so they give me some benefits, so I use them as well. But other than that, yeah. Okay. Can continue editing my video. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Probably, just because I like their interface a lot better. Both of them are the same to me, but I just like Simply better. For me, it's a little simpler, a lot more simple. Tangerine's cool. They're both the same. It's just that Simply, I feel like their user interface is a lot easier, user friendly for me. That's the only reason. The stream just died. Damn, dude. How is my stream such shitty quality? Like my computer has pretty high specs. Like I'm seeing myself as well on my second screen, and it's pretty shitty quality. I think it's because I'm streaming on Twitch as well. You know what? Fuck Twitch. Ah, shit, somebody. Yeah, no, fuck Twitch. What the hell? I'm still... Bro, I know, man. Like, what is going on? Dude, I see myself like... I'm seeing myself on OBS. And it's like... super smooth on OBS. And then I see myself on YouTube stream. Like, I have a... see myself streaming right here. And like, I'm stuck. Like I'm stuck right here. Jesus Christ, bro. What the hell is wrong with my stream? I'm sorry, guys. Might be an internet issue. I think. My laptop's not overheating. I bought an external fan for my laptop because my laptop keeps overheating, but buy an external fan, it's helping it. Bro. What the? Okay, you know what? Sorry guys, I'm just gonna have to stop the stream for the moment, and no, I gotta see what's going on. Guys, I appreciate you guys joining the stream. I really do, man. You guys motivate me every single day. Shaw is my internet provider. Oh, now it's excellent. Now it's poor again. So I can tell over here if I can tell over here if my stream is doing well. There's a little notification over here. If it says poor, then I guess my video quality is poor. But if it's excellent, it means my video quality is excellent. So it has nothing to do with my mic quality, because mic uses a lot less internet and GPU and all that. But it doesn't even make sense because my GPU is pretty good. No teleporting. Merc, I know, but at the same time, like financially, I'm not in trouble. If I was financially in trouble, like I can lose that amount, and I'm not gonna be financially screwed. The cat videos, yeah. Yeah, I am putting a lot of risk into a couple stocks right now, in semiconductors, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Even if it goes to zero, like I'm not gonna regret it because I'm still gonna be financially okay. Like I still have a lot of other investments. Bro, like toddler life is crazy, man. Like kids from age 0 to, I heard that, like age 4, like a couple months they go through a new period. So like when they're first born, every hour or two they need to drink, cool. After 4 months, you, they have another set of problems, and then after 1 year they have another set of problems. Now, like it's more like separation anxiety. So if my wife's not around, like he gets all crazy. Um, so now it's just balancing my anxiety and all that with his crying because his mom's not there. Is it stressful? I would say it is, but you kind of get used to it because when the baby first pops out, you're like, what the hell is happening here? And then you're super stressed because you're not ready for it. I don't think any father's ready for it. Mothers are a lot more ready because the baby's been inside them for 9 months, 10 months. But for fathers, like it just pops out, and you're all confused, right? Everything you read online, all the TikTok videos you see, all the YouTube videos you see, it goes out the window, because you gotta take care of the baby, you gotta take care of your wife. Like it's super stressful in the beginning. So that's probably the highest stress, as a father. Like right now, like sometimes I tell my wife because he's going through a phase where he just cries a lot just because he wants attention right now, which is pretty normal for a toddler that's not even 2 years old. And I just tell her like I just need a break right now. Like I was working and I can't be working and then like having like and then going to pick up my toddler at daycare and then him crying like at max level. I just can't stand that. I need like a 15-minute break. Like let me take my shit on the toilet and like let me just watch some YouTube videos or TikTok videos on the toilet and give me my break, right? That's no, dude. Uh, Fathers are supposed to be stressed out when the baby's first pop. Now the second baby, that's a little bit different because they have experience with the first baby. But for the first baby, they have to be stressed out. If they're not, it's uh, it's a fake reaction. It's probably a delayed reaction. They're probably in shock. That's why they're not stressed out. But every father is stressed out because you have your wife to take care of, you have the baby to take care of. The baby's crying, your wife is feeling down because all their hormones and it's all fucked up. It's yeah, it's the fathers will be very stressed in the beginning. Obviously, the wife takes more burden, but yeah, the fathers will definitely feel it. And like I'm not taking anything away from the mothers, right? Because they literally just gave birth, right? They had their vagina just ripped open. But at the same time, like when you talk to people, they always ask the mother like, "How are you feeling?" Like nobody cares about the father. Nobody asks the father like, "Hey, like, how are you feeling?" Because if somebody asked me when my baby just popped out, I'll be like, "Dude, like I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Like I'm stressed as fuck." Yeah, dude. Like I wait to the next one. Beep that for monetization. Yeah, money. I'm just here to entertain you guys. Money to me, it's more important for me to make authentic videos for you guys and for you guys to know the real me than to make a couple bucks. Like I'm not big enough. Like for example, if I had 1 million subscribers, like I would do everything possible to make as much money as possible on YouTube. But I'm not. I got less than 20,000 subscribers. 15 people are watching me right now. The most amount of money I can make is probably like $3 an hour streaming, so whatever. But oh hey man, how you doing? Yeah, I do live streams now because I figured a lot of people want to ask me questions about credit cards and my personal life, and might as well just talk to you guys all on YouTube, live stream. Am I a coffee or tea drinker? I am not a coffee drinker. I hate coffee. I am more of a tea drinker, but I don't drink that much too. Um, I drink water. I'm a more water drinker. But if I have to keep myself awake, I do drink Coke because there's caffeine in there. I don't know if that works better than coffee, but it's probably not a good thing to be drinking pop. Bro, JK, thank you so much for watching me. I can't appreciate you more. I'm telling you guys, man, I have the best fans, I have the best viewers. Sure, I get hate comments from here and there, but at the same time, man, like people that watch me are authentic. That's all I can ask for. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. So, I actually like drinking substitute sugar, so Coke Zero, better than actual Coke because for me, I feel like if you're drinking actual Coke, like this is what I get. Like I when I drink actual Coke, I get that sugary taste, and it's kind of sticky. Like there's a sugary aftertaste that kind of makes your tongue stick a little bit, and I don't like the syrup taste. But for substitute sugar, that doesn't give me a sticky taste, and for me it tastes a little bit better. Now my wife is telling me not to drink it because it's bad for me, and there's links to cancer, but like I can't. I don't like syrup. Dude, just there's not many good credit cards in Canada now, man. Just not. If you're not a Wealth Simple customer, get it. Get this card, the Wealth Simple Visa Infinite. If you can get it. If you can't, then stick to your Rogers Mastercard. That's pretty good. Even after a nerf, it's still gonna be a pretty good card. So what I have over here is actually diet soda. I know that like soda's not good for you, but at the same time, like I kind of want some taste in my mouth because if I'm drinking water, like 4 liters of water every single day, like it gets boring to me. I kind of want to have some different taste in my mouth. No, that's refreshing. I have tried bubbly. I have. There's no. It doesn't. I don't know. Like the taste is so minor that I don't. I feel like I might as well just drink water. Dude, I don't like sparkling water, man. It's because the CO2 inside sparkling water, it's a little bit bitter. I know a lot of people like sparkling water, but it's a little bit bitter. And I remember when I was in high school in chemistry, we had an acidity test. So when you put like a piece of paper inside different liquids, if it turns yellow, it's acidic. And at the time when I was in high school, sparkling water just came out. It was like a pretty new product. I'm pretty sure it came out a long time ago already, but um, so what happened was I brought a bottle of sparkling water. I think it was Perrier. Um, and I stuck a one of those acidity test papers in it. It turned out yellow. The entire thing was yellow. And I looked at the back. It said carbonated water. And I was like, if you're only putting CO2 in here, why is it acidic? So I don't know if the formula is the same, but from what I tested that day, I always assumed that sparkling water was acidic. And not to mention, like sparkling water is super bitter, so not a big fan of it. I am not gonna ditch Roger Services because I signed a 2 year contract. I mean, my contract for my Shaw ends in January, so I'll consider afterwards. But I'm pretty happy with the Shaw service so far. I got it's $50 right now per month, and I'm getting 1 GB unlimited, so it's pretty fast. So but for my wife, her phone, she uses a Fido plan. We might change that. Because the truth is, I have this card, and this card is actually better than the Rogers MasterCard going forward after Rogers nerfs their card. So I don't need the Rogers MasterCard, but we'll see. But it's a free card, so I'm probably not going to cancel it because it helps my credit score. Well, look, JK, changes are disappointing, but we all knew it was going to happen because credit card companies charge, like, I think MasterCard doesn't charge that much to merchants. At most, 2.5%, to merchants. So them giving you a 3% cashback, they're actually losing money. So um, it's not gonna last forever. Yeah, the Scotiabank Visa Passport isn't actually that good of a card domestically. Like, you probably want to get another card if I mean, depending on your spending habits. If you spend a lot on grocery stores, you probably want to get another card for that. Because the Passport Visa Infinite or Passport Visa, yeah, it's just not that good. Like it's low rewards. Sorry guys, sorry guys, give me a second here. Let me call somebody first. I have some family emergency here. All right. If you're in America a lot, then you might as well just get the Wealth Simple. Because that's the best card right now to travel. But if you don't, then yeah, the Visa Passport Visa Infinite is sorry, Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite is the next best option. Yep, you are correct. Then you should keep that card. Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's a pretty underrated card as well. Man, a lot of my viewers knows a lot more credit card hacks than I do. Actually, oh okay. So I don't know if I should say this, but a couple years ago, um, a friend of mine was telling me a hack for the Amex Kobo card. It's insane. It's insane. So I don't know how they did it, but he would go to specific locations and tell them to. I don't know how he does it, but he pays that location. It's like a grocery store. Some grocery stores does this apparently, like some Asian grocery stores. And it pays them and tells them to e-transfer money to his personal bank. So he's essentially going through a third party and e-transferring to himself. But to to Amex, they think that's a payment to the grocery store. So he gets 5% cash, or sorry, 5 times multiplier. I don't even know how that works, but he makes it work. And every single month he just pays himself, he transfers himself from his credit card like $2,500. That's the maximum amount. And he basically flies everywhere on airplane on that, which is insane. Now I forgot exactly how he does it, but some Asian grocery stores allows you to do that, which is weird. No, so I thought so too. But he said he'd done that for 3 years already. And he's continuing to do that. So, um, yeah, I maybe, maybe. But at the same time, if he's done it for the past couple years, he's already made enough points to fly first class multiple times, right? So you do need an account with Wealthsimple to get this card, and unfortunately, it's a pretty rare card. Well, it's not rare, it's not exclusive, but you need to first of all satisfy the requirements. I think you have to put in a direct deposit with them, and then you need to have your salary at a certain amount. But you can always fill that in. So um, before I ever made $80,000 a couple years ago. I just, when I was making $70,000, but I had a good credit score, I just told them that I made $80,000, and they approved it within like seconds. Because even a couple years ago, they already had online approval, like just like that, right? So, um, yeah. So you put your direct deposit into Wealthsimple, and then sooner or later, but depending on how long, it took me over a year. Some people got it within 2 weeks, and they'll email you that you can apply for this card. And unfortunately, not many people like get that email fast, so that's why this card is rare, but it's not exclusive. But if you do get this card, it's a metal card, which is pretty nice. It's damn heavy though. Never carry this out. It is worth it. I'm editing the video right now for the Rogers Mastercard. It's coming out either tomorrow or Monday, but it's still worth it. But there's other choices right now. So give me a second here. Yeah, 2% is still pretty solid for everyday purchases. If you're going to Costco, like that's probably still gonna be a best card for you. Um, if you go to if you're buying stuff from Sephora, for example, that's probably still gonna be a best card for you. Buy stuff from Toys R Us, um, Amazon is still probably gonna be a best card. So yeah, 2% is pretty solid. It's just that there's limitations now. So for the Rogers Mastercard, you need to accumulate at least $10 for to get your cash back, whereas some other credit cards don't. Um, Union Pay card. I didn't even know about the card, man. Like I need to do some research about it. But yeah, also for the Rogers Mastercard, there's a limit on how much you can spend and still get that 2% cash back. So if you have the lower version, which is the regular red um, Mastercard, then I think it's $16,000, and after you cross that number, then you're only gonna get 1%. So yeah. Um, Whereas some other credit cards, they don't have a limit for 2% cash back. So yeah, the Rogers Mastercard is still pretty solid, but it's not like a must-have now. Dude, I quit. I quit video games, man. I play League of Legends a lot, like a lot, and I'm not proud of it. But for me, it used to decrease my stress. Cause after hard days of work, like I want to de-stress at night, like taking care of the toddler and all that. I play League of Legends, and then when you go on a losing streak, it gave even more freaking stressed. And I realized it was affecting my health negatively, so I was like, screw that. I'm actually not bad at League of Legends. I got to diamond. Um, but um, yeah, if I realized that no matter what rank you have, like you still suck because you're not professional, right? Like I can be the best player in my group of friends, but then there's always gonna be like 50,000 other people that's better than me in my country or in my region. So what's the point? That's the point. You can't end a loss. Well, I can. I just gave him more stress. I can't sleep. So I main support. I'm a one trick Sona and Senna main, and I can't. And if I lose, even though it's not my fault, I can't sleep that day. So it's bad. I main Senna and Sona, dude. I'm 36, almost 37. Like my fingers are, like I used to play piano, but my fingers are like rough now. Like I can't move as fast. I can only play champions that's easy to play, like straightforward, like Annie, super straightforward. Promo chaser, as in credit cards? No, I was never a promo chaser. I don't have the energy for that, man. Oh, me. Wait, live VW. What? What are you talking about? Are you talking about credit cards or like League of Legends? Oh, credit cards are big. No, don't. I don't chase anything. No, I don't have the energy for that. Even in my prime, when I was younger, I never chased that. I feel like a couple $100 here and there, it's not worth it for me to chase them because, first of all, when you apply for a credit card, they're gonna do a hard credit check. It's gonna hit your credit score. So just that alone, like, turns me off. Late night session, yeah, that's true, man. That is so true. Um, and this sucks too. Like, I I love to game League of Legends because like I like a competitive match. So I I'm not gonna say my elo is high elo, but I like the fact that people in my elo I feel like are good at the game, right? So everybody like they know their shit, and when you when you lose, it feels bad. So you want to play more, but I love it because people around my elo are really good, and I feel like I get a pretty competitive game going on. But it sucks to lose, and I still can't freaking sleep. So I quit the game not too long ago. Not I still feel the aches, but it is what it is. Dude, I know a lot of people that chum a lot for credit cards, like a lot. It's crazy. I'd be hanging out with people and they'll be telling me like, hey, like, you should apply for this credit card because they're offering like what $300 promotion and shit like that. I'm like, dude, like I don't have the energy for that, man. Like, I actually lost one of my friends in gaming. So, a friend of mine, we used to work together a couple years, like 10 years ago. We used to work together, and we've been gaming buddies for 9 years, right? 9 years we've been gaming buddies. We used to play everything. So we played League of Legends, we played PUBG, we played Valorant together. We played everything. Among Us, we played everything together. And what happened was, so he wanted to get back into League, but he wasn't really good. He was like bronze level. So he wanted me to teach him, so I did. So I taught him about map movement, macros, and all that. And then, I guess the thing about gamers is that they always have an ego. Like I have an ego when I'm playing. I'm not gonna lie, but when you're a low elo player and you want to learn from a higher elo player, like I would drop out of ego, but he doesn't. So he would start arguing with me on why he's correct. And then one day he's just like, I don't want to play. He just never replied to my messages. I was like, dude, do you want to play? He just never replied to them. He left them on red. And like I don't feel like I'm a tough guy. Like I don't. I've been the manager before. People loved me. Like I was really nice. And even gaming with my friends, I'm never like I don't criticize people. I'm like, you know what? You should probably consider doing this. And then gamers don't like that. They don't like being told what to do, even though they're not as good at the game. Like when I was learning the game, um, one of my friends was a pro player. He taught me this game, League of Legends, and he was an asshole to me. Like he wouldn't teach me much. He would kill me every single. He would kill me in lane every single game. So I knew how that felt. So I didn't do that when I taught him. But he people had ego, man. So what can you do? Um, Chumming card is a risky game because credit card companies will know, and they will ban you. Um, but the chances of that happening is really low. The funny thing is that people think that chumming credit cards is risky, and it is. But a lot of the credit card companies they don't really catch you for it, which is weird. You're not supposed to do it, but they don't catch you for it. I think most games are pretty stressful now. They're made to be addicting, and once you're addicted, you become toxic in the game. The thing is that Rogers is not a bank. They are a phone provider with bank coming in second as their priority, right? So they don't have the incentive to make their apps amazing. Whereas for banks, that's all they do, so they have a much better interface. That's expected. I did hear about League Classic. It's tempting because I started playing back in 2011. So I started in season one, the end of season one, when I was in college. So it does bring back a lot of memories. I used to play Dota actually in college, and then a friend introduced me over to League of Legends. I started playing that. So yeah, man, I've been a gamer my entire life. They are pretty archaic, yes, that is true. Really? Phasing out messaging, um, two-step verification for app two-step, dude. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Oh man, dude, is it just me or I feel like, dude, every day is just so repetitive. Like work, dinner, and then sleep. Work, dinner, sleep. Of course, you have lunch in there and other stuff, but during the work week, it's just so repetitive. Easy account of ICBK. Oh, cool. Nice. Anyways, hey guys, you know what? It is a little bit late, even though it's only 10 p.m. in Vancouver. But I am getting older. Not that old. I'm 36, but I can't. I just don't have the energy to last late into the night. And you guys see me probably phase out in like 15 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna have to end the stream, guys. But you know what? It's a pleasure having you guys with me. It really has been a pleasure. I keep telling people like I have the best fans, I have the best viewers, and the best people to interact with. You guys are the reason why I keep making these videos, even though I'm so busy with my life. But whenever I see comments and see people DMing me, doesn't matter if it's positive. I get hate comments too. I get death threats. But having the opportunity to talk to you guys, that's amazing. So thank you so much, and you know what? Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. All right. Take care. Peace.